Hey y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler, and you've arrived at day 43 of the 100 Days of Zentangle Project 2019. Today's tangle is Blooming Butter by Michele Beauchamp, CCT, and this is one that gave me problems, guys. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this tangle. It's really, really cool if you can get it to work. Okay, so Blooming Butter is one of those tangles that is really pretty and makes you want to do it. But when you get down to making it work, for me, it was a little bit of a challenge. I'm trying my new rig today, and I'm trying something that I used to try that I stopped doing because the videos were so bad. And that is drawing in my favorite drawing position, which is shoulder and neck supported. But every time I have this rig, it's set up across my lap, and every time I move or shake or anything else, the whole camera system shakes. So let's see how it works for this. You guys can let me know if it's tolerable or not. I just felt like I might enjoy these a lot more if I were able to handle it physically without struggling so much. So let's give this a shot. Let's give this, I've got my Sean Connery going again today. Let's give this a shot and see how it goes. So to start on Blooming Butter, you're going to want to make a pair of curved parallel lines. Doesn't matter which direction they curve. Okay? Now, the way I handle this is usually to do it in this manner. And then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, let's see, 1, 2, I can never figure that out. Okay, 5. So we'll do and stick another one over here. I suppose it could be 6 if you wanted. Let's try one with 6 and just see what happens, because I'm feeling like that today. So you're going to set it up in this manner, and then you're going to put a little perf. Well, drew right through the highlight on that one, but preferably, you know, leave yourself a little white spot for highlight. You know, and if they're in weird spots because of the way you drew the auras, no big. I found that once you start adding it, it turns into this flower no matter what you do. Yeah, I kind of see the 5 thing now. Oh, but I've got another 6 here. So I think it's going to work no matter how you do this. Good to know. Okay. The next thing to do is to connect each side of these. Simba's having a puppy dream, so he's twitching. Okay. To connect each side of these with a sort of a little scallop heart-shaped type of a thing. And again, it doesn't matter which way these auras are pointing. Let them be let these connections look as they are going to, regardless of what the rest of them look like, because that's just going to make them more, excuse me a minute, more flower-like anyway. Next, add a thin aura right underneath where you have just connected them, and just parallel what you've done already. Oh, I do have to say, as much as I hate the wiggling and everything, this is so much more comfortable. Like that. Okay? And then the last part is to just add a couple of these. I tried several different versions of that in here. I really think 2 is plenty. Like this. Now, the trick for adding the next flower in is a trick, or not. As I looked at her examples in the step out, she sort of extends these, and then in the next place where she wants a flower, she leaves those out and extended. And there. And here I am at 5. That'll work. Okay, then you add your little perf. And if they end up being really big, that's okay too. Each flower is going to have its own little personality, or each, let's be technical, each section of the pattern. There I went giving a realistic vision for this, and that's not what we want. Not in true Zentangle fashion. Then if I were you, I would take this and end down a little further from where we started. Now look at how wide and long this one is. But it's still going to look cool. So it doesn't matter if these match each other or anything. And see, just like that, you have your little connection. And in some of her examples, she had those connected all the way. But most of the time, there's a gap, and it's just the suggestion of being connected and not a true connection. Uh-oh. Simba. No puppy dreams while mommy's recording, baby. Says I'm sleeping. I'm chasing a cat. Don't chase the cat, Sim. It's not good for them. I'm so afraid he's going to catch a cat one day. I do not want to know what that's going to look like. I can't decide if he's going to make friends or eat it. And I don't want to know. So let's just leave the cats out of this, buddy. And so right here, I might do this. We're going to find out how this works. And so you can really shape these little auras. As you add them to fit your situation. Then the issue is, of course, making the rest of them fit that. And there you have it. Now, it can take a little bit of practice, so if you haven't done this pattern, I definitely recommend you trying it out on paper before you try to add it to your pattern. Because I do not know how you're going to do. And you don't know how you're going to do. Simba, breathe softly, buddy. Carry a big stick. Just kidding. Anyway, so this is blooming butter. Make sure you go ahead and practice it before you stick it in your pattern. But I think you're really going to like this. And be patient with yourself if you don't quite get the sticking these auras together at the beginning. It took me a while to get it. Really long time. But just sort of flow with what the pattern gives you. And if you'll see, these definitely give the suggestion of being connected. So let's see if I can get it in the pattern without messing things up too badly in there. I think I'm going to take, see if I can get it in frame. I think I'm going to take this spot right here on the corner. Let's go and do this. The shaking is still there, but it's not as bad. And I'm able to draw more slowly this way and still have some control. So, yay. All right, blooming butter. So this is going to need some planning, I think. I'm going to put one right here, of course, and I'm going to go ahead and make these larger so that I'm not having to fit these in all over the place, but not too big. So, but I'm going to want one to point in this direction so I can hook another one to it. So I think I'm going to start like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put my continuation there. Then I'm going to fit in my auras. Oops, sorry. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and add these. And this one will go ahead and go off so we won't see the whole thing. As will this one. Okay, and I might put, I don't know, let's get this sketched in and see what we think then. Okay. In the example I showed you earlier, there were some petals where I played with bringing them to a peak instead of this heart shape, and that works too. You can sort of do your favorite flower finish, petal finisher, you know, whatever your go-to for flowers might be. You know, probably your henna drum top would work for this. So, you know, you can make these your own, as with everything. Whoops, I sort of skipped a step, didn't I? And being mindful of the white jelly roll on these opus tiles over black, I am going to make sure I try to leave my little whoops, good Cindy. Well, I just did it. I'm going to try to leave my little highlights for these. And most of them I got. Then I'm going to add my auras. I am feeling so blessed today, guys. And you guys are responsible in large part for that. I got so many well wishes from you guys yesterday, and so many blessings, that I just am feeling very blessed today. So thank you so much for your compassion and your care and well wishes. I still wake up crying a lot of days, but we're getting through. I'm checking with a legal aid attorney about my situation with my baby. And so I have a tiny bit of hope today where I didn't before. I'm very, very grateful today for what I have and the joys and the beauty that I have in my life. And even though things are tough sometimes, I'm very fortunate. I'm mostly fortunate, especially to have this Zentangle community that is such a blessing. You guys are such a blessing. And if you are new to Zentangle, I know some of my fellow artists here on YouTube have been watching some of these, and they are such talented people. You know, you guys are amazing. Keep up the good work. And if you're not familiar with Zentangle, you should really check it out. The healing benefits are amazing. Well, I really didn't get a good blooming butter effect here because of the room. And maybe I should have done these smaller, but I like it, and I'm just gonna leave it for now. Again, I reserve the right to tipple this or some other fill, but I really like some of the negative space that I've got. And now for shading, I think I did some in the beginning, but really what you want to do is add graphite. Try to keep it out of your lines of your blank spot here, but add it around your perf in each little section. And that will give some depth to the center part of the pattern. And if you're going for something vaguely flower-like, that might work. I might shade... Well, I do like the contrast that brings. And what it's making me think of is perhaps adding some colored pencil the way I did down here for Emo Ball. That French gray worked really beautifully for this. So I may just add that here in addition to the shading. Let's blend this out, and we'll be done for today. I can't believe this video is not very long. I'm so much more comfortable like this, but we'll see how bad the shaking problem is on the video, and we'll make a decision about how we're doing this then. I really enjoyed drawing much more today because the support my arm had. So let's see how it turns out. That's such a pretty pattern, isn't it? I really like it. Okay, guys, that's day 43, Blooming Butter. And we are coming up really quickly on the halfway point, and I'm going to have to get it in gear because so many good things are coming down the pike, and I'm excited to get started. So you guys, keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. You're going to be fabulous, and I just think everybody is going to have such an amazing piece of art when we're done. We are all going to be really, really proud. So keep up the good work. I will see you tomorrow, and make somebody happy today. Make yourself happy today. Do something nice for yourself. I'll see y'all tomorrow.